You guys already know this the main one tapping in all the way from H-Town, Houston, Texas. I'm here with my boy T.A.G.
T.A.G.
T.A.G sucks.
T.A.G, very nice, very evil.
T.A.G's no killer.
Yeah, that's T.A.G shit.
Whose house? T.A.G's house, baby.
The only thing we're gonna do is take over, baby.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't.
What up, what it is, and what it do, T.A.G Nation and IWC. Welcome to your soon-to-be favorite podcast, and that is Tag Me In, aka TMI. Who am I? The disembodied voice of Mr. TPC, Big ScooterRay. That gentleman to my right, the Prince of Predictions, soon-to-be king, Mr. I Wanna Run the Tag Gauntlet of 2026 and 2027.
Soon to be a little heavier.
Dizzle.
Soon to be a little heavier after this weekend. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Sure.
Change up your diet plan.
We'll address those things later on in the show. That beautiful, handsome human being down below with our unofficial official mascot Loki. That is the heartthrob of the IWC. Mr. Long Hair Don't Care. That beautiful, handsome devil. Jaeger Bombastic. So fantastic. And the gentleman to his right, the reigning, defending Tag Prediction Champion, the youngest in charge, the young OG, Leo, aka Kicking It with Leo. How y'all fellas doing?
Can't complain, man. Cannot complain. I mean, I will though. I'm definitely gonna complain.
I mean, yeah,
we got bars to get off, but yeah.
I mean, you know, but so just to go ahead and give y'all out there a rundown, this show is pretty much gonna be Redemption, talk about and the fallout from it, and it's gonna be the preview to SummerSlam and what's surrounding that. So, and we're gonna go ahead and start off with the Redemption and of course the subsequent fallout. Yes, there was a buy-in match. It was a 6-man tag. The Conglomeration defended against Lethal Twist. Conglomeration retained. Conglomeration took on The Demand this Wednesday on Dynamite, and we have new trios champions in The Demand.
I mean, it's not surprising, but I mean, hey, it is what it is.
And The Demand defended their championships tonight against the Rascals. They retained. And at Grand Slam Mexico, Hangman and Brodito are challenging The Demand for the trios championships.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, of course, as we talk, people, I am currently watching Collision. So, if there's any updates with Collision, I will, drop them here as well. So, but the opening match was a 6-man ladder match to determine the number one contender for the AEW International Championship. You had Nick Wayne, Commander, Jungle Jack Perry, Speedball, Mike Bailey, the Beast Mortos, and Don Callis' own El Clone. So when I made the prediction for this match, for some reason, my brain forgot that Speedball was in this match. Because I was so far thinking Speedball is going to take on Kevin Knight. I didn't think this was, like I forgot Speedball was involved in this match.
Yeah.
Gotta keep him busy, right? I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, it was still very much predictable because this, for me personally, this is going to end up playing into everything with Kevin Knight as well. So
yes.
So I mean, it makes sense now whether he wins this title, or gets to a position where he gets screwed out of it because of Kevin Knight in a way, it's still going to lead to the same road.
Well, so Speedball won the match, and he's taking on Kyle Fletcher at Grand Slam Mexico. And tonight on Collision, they had like a one-on-one interview with Renee, and they got to fighting. Speedball, they got to fighting backstage, took it to the ring. Speedball ended up getting the better of it, and of course, he did the one thing you shouldn't do before your title match: pick up the championship.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens come Wednesday. If Speedball becomes international champion, or he's going to suffer the curse of holding up something that's not yours yet. So we shall see. But overall, it wasn't a bad match. Like, to me, and of course, this is my brain sometimes, this is a lot to get a title shot. I could see if the international championship was on the line, but to have a 6-man ladder match to determine who's going to take on Kyle Fletcher is a lot. Granted, I know ladder matches have had things like that before. I know. But if you watch AEW matches, they don't tend to have light matches when they do stuff. These men tend to go 0 to 100 and, adding ladders to it. Yeah. Danger can be afoot. But like we said, Speedball won, taking on Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, I'm here for
it. Your next contest. Now, this is where my mind went where it went. And of course, we'll talk about it more when we get to the main event. But you have the Death Riders of Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley taking on the Young Bucks. Now, we won't talk about the fallout of everything yet until we get to the main event. But when we had this match, I even said before in the preview show, why are we having this match? It was like, why were Ospreay and Moxley taking on the Young Bucks? And it was just one of those things to where it was like, it just kind of came off what Jaeger just said. We needed something for them to do. Yes, they kind of wove a story with this that I'm not 100% in agreement with. But once again, it will be discussed later. But it still wasn't a bad match. It still wasn't a bad match.
What you get. Yeah, it's what you get with.
Why did we need to have the match?
We didn't need to have the match. That's the thing. It's like
they needed to be in the building.
I mean, yeah, you could have, had them on the show. I'm not saying you can't have them.
I agree with that, Jaeger.
But you could have found something else. Like me going into when I thought of Redemption, if you really wanted to, you could have did Moxley defending his title against someone, or you could have had Moxley face Kenny Omega in the main event. I think that would have been a bigger match from a marquee perspective than Kevin Knight. Granted, Kevin Knight is a young up-and-comer, and you're throwing him into the deep end. I'm not saying that's a bad idea.
I was about to say, give the kid some work.
You need to make some of these matches feel believable, where it's like there could be a legit chance that their opponent could win. You could have imagine if you would have had Moxley win the AEW World Title, and you could have told a story between Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley going into All In for the World Title. Especially with everything going on with the Death Riders right now, that would be a compelling story. And if you really wanted to, you could have had Will Ospreay maybe face an MJF where he has to put his opportunity to go All In on the line. You could have created some really interesting stuff going into the show, especially going into All In. That's all I'm saying. And you could have did.
I feel like you didn't want Kenny Omega to win the belt, sir.
No, I don't. I didn't. I do want him. I don't mind. Look, let me backtrack. I'm not saying I don't want Kenny to be the champion. I just feel like we don't need to rush it. We know he has what it takes to be a future world champion. Let's build to that, to where it's like when he does face for a championship, it doesn't feel random, and where it's better. A better story is being told, to where it's a better chance for him to actually win, rather than just throwing him in a match where we know he's not going to win.
I mean, the stories. I can get that, but same time, the story's in a sense already there as far as like if you're looking at it from Kenny's perspective. Like Kenny has had the longest fucking feud with Don Callis' family, rightfully so. Don Callis has been there with him since fucking New Japan.
Yes.
For him to have taken on the like the newest member who is a champion, let's not yes, this was like a very predictable match towards the end, and we'll get into the details later. But we still have to remember the kid is a champion in his own. Yes, I'll take your comment later.
and Jaeger, you have a point. He is a champion. I'm just saying, if I want to see him in a match, I want to go into it feeling it's very believable for him to win. I don't want to go into a match and feel like I am watching a match where there's no stakes, where there's no hype around it, where the person that's going into it has a chance of winning the match.
This wasn't so much for Kevin Knight, though. This was for Kenny. So Kenny can have a defense under his belt before he drops it at All In. Because we know he's not going to retain that.
Hold on.
I mean,
he
could.
Hold on. Put a pin with the Kenny stuff. Put the Kenny stuff. But any other comments with this match before we get there? Since there's a lot surrounding that.
Yeah, I'll still stay by the whole, hey, they needed to be in the building for later events. Did they need to be in a match? You could flip a coin on that.
Yeah. You could.
Dizzle, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, this continues to build on to the Death Rider shit. I mean, especially when you get to the whole situation of Ospreay needing to be the person to pull the trigger on stuff. Him working with Mox in this regard makes sense. So I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, and of course you can't go wrong with a Bucks match anyway. So why the fuck not?
So yes, with that being said, Matt Nick does get the dub in this match. I know it sounds kind of wild because it's like, interesting, but once again, it'll play out. Next match of the night, Kyle Fletcher defending his international championship against Bandito. Once again, man, what information does Bandito have on somebody? Because that man gets title shots and opportunities like nothing, and he's still your current reigning and defending Ring of Honor world champion. Like,
yes, can he give opportunities? Like shit, bro.
Like, Bandito is the most championship caliber ass dude to say he doesn't even defend his own championship. Like, literally, he had a Continental Championship match at the last pay-per-view. He had an International Championship match this past Sunday. He's getting a Trios Championship opportunity at Grand Slam Mexico. Like, what information does Bandito have on somebody in the higher ups of AEW?
No, I'm right there with Lip. I'm right there with Lip.
And people know I like Bandito. And Bandito is one of those guys that I feel like that's been there since the start, if you want to be honest. And it just seems like every single time they put him in a match, does he knock it out of the park? Absolutely. He's one of the very best in ring that they have in AEW right now. And the thing I have a problem with is, like, when is he finally gonna win, right? Granted, he is Ring of Honor champion right now and everything like that, so he has stuff going on in Ring of Honor currently. But my thing is, at what point are they actually going to let him finally win on an AEW pay-per-view? Like, every single time I see him in a match where he's competing for an AEW title, whether if it's the International, the Continental, or if it's competing for the AEW World title, TNT title, every single time he has great matches, but cannot seem to get over the hump and actually get the win. So
he's still comfortable with the belt.
I mean, and a lot of times they have these matches.
To kind of tie into your point, Leo. To be fair and honest with you, if you're looking at what we're talking about, Bandito is very parallel to a certain women's world champion we'll talk about later. Because when Willow first joined the company, she was kind of losing a lot. Yeah, she clicked up with the conglomeration. Things started to turn around. She eventually became TBS champ. She eventually
Right.
lost it. She did become TBS champ again. She did become women's tag champ. She did become an Owen Cup winner. I did put the cart in front of the horse, but you know, we'll talk about it more in detail. But I mean, so maybe this is just that point and Bandito that, like you said, at certain points, it's gonna start turning around. But I think what's happening with Bandito too. Bandito is also a victim of being too good, like you were saying. But he's also, in my opinion, a victim of you're kind of filling in gaps. You're kind of filling in story gaps at the moment. Like there are other bigger things at play, and unfortunately, you're being used as a pawn or a bishop, and not a knight or a rook. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's why it is completely fucking stupid. Now,
it's a situation, wrong place, wrong time with him.
I'm gonna speak as a former Ring of Honor champion myself. I think it is time that we should focus on building Ring of Honor. I agree doing that, because what you have all these people, Athena included, that are sitting there having to placate and play second fiddle to a lot of people that they are much better than in this. And I'm talking for Bandito as well. This is a situation where you have something that you can utilize and help build the roster as a whole, and you're too busy. And again, I'm not saying Bandito does not deserve these opportunities. I'm just saying you are arguably at this point, being the Ring of Honor champion, world champion, you're the face of that brand, and that brand is going to shit. Yes. So with somebody that talented, along with Athena, there should be no reason that Ring of Honor should not be on somebody's fucking pedestal in talks of AEW, or at least be a second fucking brand where we have fucking Collision, which nothing against, well, everything against Collision, if it's gonna overshadow fucking Ring of Honor, but just do something with Bandito that's gonna help.
And this, when I was even saying this, I said this like a while back, and to Lipdiz's point, Ring of Honor should be the NXT of AEW, where using that company or brand to really showcase the future of AEW, like your younger talent. Maybe you can have some more established names come down there to kind of help out the younger generation, and kind of giving them that star power and giving them the rub. So when they do make it up to the main roster of AEW or Collision, they are made and ready. But a lot of times they don't do that. Ring of Honor is pretty much where a lot of people say is where people go to die. It's pretty much where your career goes to die. Because granted, you have some of the most talented people out in there, like Bandito. You literally have Athena. You have like Starks is out there. Red Velvet's out there. It's like you got talented people, but you're not doing nothing with them. And it's like, what are we doing? We could be using that to help elevate talent, but it just feels like the way they book it, it's just more like a promotion. Like if you're not doing anything on AEW, but they don't want to release you or get you out your contract, they send you to Ring of Honor. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's what it may be in hindsight, but to me, watching, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, but like I mentioned earlier, Fletcher retains, and he will be taking on Speedball Grand Slam Mexico this coming Wednesday. Now, due to my traveling situation, I did not truly get a chance to look at this match, so I will pass it to Jaeger and Dizzle. But the Bang Bang Gang took on the Dogs in a double chain match. Gentlemen, take it away.
I didn't watch this match. I didn't watch most of Redemption.
So
oh shit.
So your boy actually didn't get to catch most of Redemption either.
You see that?
Okay. Well then, with that being said, due to outside interference by the Death Riders, the Dogs get the W. And
I didn't watch
I
this.
don't know if Jay White is hurt or not, but Jay White wasn't on Dynamite. He wasn't on Collision. So we do know that tonight on Collision, the Bang Bang Gang took on the Death Riders, and the Bang Bang Gang got the dub, which was surprising. You know, they got the dub.
I didn't call it
I
surprising.
mean, look, I would
Pretty
like
man.
to see the Bang Bang Gang get like back on a track of getting some gold, or like at least
I agree.
like getting their fucking comeuppance for, ensuring the dogs get their comeuppance for this shit.
Yeah.
Like this, I feel like, I don't know. I wanted to see them potentially, like, I want to see them win this match and then, go on and take some gold. But
I thought this was Jay White's second match back. I definitely didn't think they was gonna lose.
exactly. So yeah, hope everybody's okay that's involved in this match. They're involved with the Bang Bang Gang.
I think they should be on track to win gold, like you had mentioned, because I really want to see Jay White be in that main event scene and potentially going after that world title.
Absolutely.
Especially when if you put the title on Will Ospreay, you can't tell me Will Ospreay and Jay White will not kill it, bro. It don't matter who's the heel or who's the face. You can have them both just being themselves, and this match is gonna cook, bro. You can do Jay White and Jon Moxley because they were teasing that for a while. So you got a way to get him some gold. It's just a matter of if and when.
True. But
I mean,
yeah,
the
like
Continental Champion, Jay White, could see that. I want to see that.
Well, put a pin in that, because I will actually, I could discuss it right quick. So they announced on Dynamite and they broke it down on Collision only because Jaeger just kind of brought it up. So starting next week, they're going to do the Continental Cup. Now they said this is going to be the summer tournament. They're still going to do the Continental Classic in the winter, but starting next week, they're going to start I think it was next Collision. They're going to start the Continental Cup. It's a 16-man tournament. And the way they're doing this tournament is you're not going to know who your opponent is because they're going to blindly draw. So every round, they're going to blindly draw. So the 16 becomes 8. Then they're going to blindly draw. Then, of course, the 8 will be 4. So now the thing is, the last two people in the Continental Cup will have a match at All In, and the winner will be Continental Champion and have the Continental Cup. And they did mention that the Continental Cup will belong to that superstar. So of course Moxley is automatically in the tournament.
Makes sense.
Wait, so whoever wins the tournament, they not only win the cup, but they win the title as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they're pulling the same thing.
Winner gets the cup.
They're pulling the same thing that they did with when Eddie Kingston when they ran the first Continental Classic.
Yeah, okay. Eddie Kingston put up.
Because I was thinking when you said it at first, I'm like, wait. Yeah, if that's the way they're doing it, Jon Moxley should have a bye to the finals, and whoever wins should face him. But
this works
this
out.
is for the cup more so than for the title.
Now I do like this because at first I was gonna laugh at it, but this is a very unique way to do a tournament because to modify the bracket system to where it's not as predictable because it changes up. Absolutely.
Now, of course, Moxley is automatically in there. Orange Cassidy, Roddy, and Kyle threw their names in to be in it.
The entire conglomeration. Okay.
Oh my God! Somebody else just announced it tonight on Collision. Somebody else on Collision just threw their name in the hat, so we have at least 5 names in it. But I think if I heard him correctly, Schiavone said Monday him and Tony Khan are supposed to do a YouTube special where they're going to draw the first names of the first round. So, and like I said,
I'd have rather they do that like live on Dynamite.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Like, why YouTube though? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. That works too.
So that is the standings of the Continental
prep time.
And how the Continental Championship will be defended at All In. And they said each match will be defended with Continental rules. So of course, no outside interference and all of those things as well. So that is your filling in the blank with the Continental Championship and the plans for that for All In. The next match, back to Redemption. For the TBS Championship, Hikaru Shida defended against Maya World. This was one of the most frustrating matches because Hikaru Shida could have won this match like 7 different times.
Yes.
She could have won this match like 7 different
Being
times.
cocky though.
Yes.
Like she
Classic heel
match.
cockiness.
The cockiness is what got her. It's just like,
And
I was shocked.
I wasn't.
No, it's like
After you
want her to
pass up the
win.
first 2 times of like getting the 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
no.
No, the thing is, I'm not mad at Maya or winning. It's just like the reason why I didn't think she was gonna win is first off, her car should have just won the belt. So I was thinking they probably would give her a little reign with it. Plus, we're already telling a story between Maya World and Athena. Now it's like,
that's why I went for Maya World. It seemed like they were slowly pivoting away from that. That's the reason why I went for Maya. It seemed like they was pivoting from that storyline. And after watching tonight, because Athena, Billy Starks, and Diamante took on the Brawling Birds and Hazuki, it seemed like, we don't know where Athena is in all of this. It seems they want to keep the it girl on TV because, like we just mentioned, they don't want to put her in Ring of Honor and then shadow around. So it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, but I did hear rumors.
Yeah,
I did hear some rumors that they might try to do Maya World versus Athena at All In, which I would be okay with that because I think, why would you put that feud on the back burner when you've been telling that story for a while at this point? People have been getting invested in it, myself included. I mean, yeah, you could probably do the title for title match, or you can make this for the Ring of Honor Championship. I mean, you can do it for both titles if you really want me to be honest.
It'll probably be title for title if they do it.
Yeah.
I would hope title for title.
I'm thinking title for title and just have Maya World win both. And then at that point, you could probably bring up Athena to AEW officially at that point.
But then you got potential Shadow Realm banning. So,
yeah.
And with that being said, Maya World had her first defense against Persephone yesterday when Persephone tried to cheat with Hikaru Shida's kendo stick. The returning Chris Statlander stopped it, which gave Maya World the dub. And Grand Slam Mexico, we will get Stat Daddy taking on Persephone in a one-on-one match.
I did see that. And I don't know if you guys been tuning in or whatever, but I did see, I think some people in the higher ups in WWE have been tuning into Persephone, and they literally said, what are they doing with Persephone over there? They said whenever a contract ends, they want her to potentially sign her. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I mean, Persephone is very good, and I think she could be something beneficial if they're not going to.
I'm pretty sure in between Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels never beat those allegations.
NXT, but
never beat allegations.
And in between Undertaker, who's been holding down AAA, I'm pretty sure both of them are like, shit, we can use her.
Yeah. Main roster, no, but NXT or AAA, yeah.
Once again, Shawn Michaels is never beating those allegations.
I mean, at that point, you just gotta roll with it. I
mean, you have no choice. You
just gotta deal with it.
Big congratulations to Maya World. And okay, so Dizzle, let me ask you this, because it's wild that all of this stems from your girl and I just forgot her name. Nixon and Miranda refusing to do that match. So that's just crazy how that
led to her.
This, but how do you feel about all of that? That is it one of them happy accidents? Like, you have any thoughts?
This is just a product of a dumb decision. This is a product of you thinking that you bigger than the system, and so basically, somebody's loss is somebody else's gain. And that's all this is. I wouldn't even call it happy accident, because usually with happy accidents, it's like an unfortunate event happens, somebody comes in. This could have been prevented.
Mania was a happy accident.
I
said Kofi Mania was a happy accident.
Yes, 1000%. This was a somebody robbed the bank. They dropped the bag on the way out. Nobody found it, and Maya World came and picked up that bag, and now she spending money like crazy, and nobody's looking for it.
Nobody's looking for it. Bizzle said it. I mean, I look at it as an opportunity of a lifetime for Maya World. I think this has allowed her to really break through that glass ceiling. I've seen her work on the indies and stuff like that, and I knew she had potential, but it was only a matter of time before she was actually going to get there. I just didn't think it was going to be that fast. Now, them walking out led to this opportunity, and if I'm them two, they're probably punching walls right now, because like that could have been us if we would just didn't go into our business for ourselves. But what more can I say? I'm happy for Maya World. She deserves it, and I think she's gonna flourish. I think you build her from there to potentially be a world champion.
You know what?
I say you build her up from this to make her world champion in the future.
Oh yeah,
speaking of tables.
Oh brother,
Cajun Cope took on the Death Riders, Claudio and Pac. Cajun Cope wins. Cajun Cope wins.
That's all you gotta say. They just won. Like they were not losing, bro.
This is where the table came from. After Cajun Cope wins, the Young Bucks come out, and then they announce at All In, Cajun Cope are taking on the Young Bucks for the Tag Team Championship. That kind of pissed me off, because then it was like, but wait, why did they need to beat Moxley and Ospreay for that? That Moxley and Ospreay had nothing to do with the tag team division. Moxley and Ospreay had nothing to do with number one contenders or anything. So whether the Young Bucks had won or lost, they could have still had that title shot, because they're the only other fucking tag team in the division at the moment. Well,
think what you could have. Hey, there's Bro.
Well, for the time being, if you watch Collision, but there's another tag team.
Hey, there's Bro.
We're gonna get this in.
Anyway,
but yeah,
hold on. I think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think if you had tied it in somehow, that Bucks winning propelled them up the rankings, or got them up the rankings. It's like, just come up with some kind of bullshit. Go back to the rankings that y'all barely pay attention to, unless it's like the beginning of the year. Then they're like, oh yeah, I'm currently their number one. Blah, blah, blah. That's whatever. But like,
I was about to say that too.
If you would have brought up the rankings or said something to like make it relevant for the Bucks to like be the number one contender by math, then yeah, this would have. Thank you, but can you chill? Anyway, just yeah, it would have just made a lot more sense. But yeah, the Bucks just walking in there just felt entitled, and it's like, hey. And I mean, they do cover this a bit on Dynamite, but it's like,
go ahead and get into it, because I'm about to bring up the Dynamite vignette.
Oh, go ahead then.
No.
Like you said, I agree. They kept the rankings, because the rankings, I feel like watching early on, the rankings felt like it was competitive, where everybody in every division was trying to get to that top spot, which made it fun television. And now that they don't have it, it's like people just walking in, getting title opportunities and not earning it. That's my problem.
Oh no, they still have it, but it's just a convenient plot point now instead of an actual stat track.
No, this is more old school wrestling, because you got to think about it. The Bucks have won their last few matches. And you talk about the caliber, especially when you think about a Will Ospreay and a Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley being a 4-time AEW World Champion, 4-time World Champion, and then Ospreay being the number one contender for the AEW World Championship. Not to mention, you also got old schoolyard shit. It's like your friend beef with my friend, so now we got to fight you and your friend before my friend fights you.
See, if that was built up that way the whole time, I would have been fine.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I would have been perfectly fine.
but that's why I said that it's old school wrestling shit, because think about Attitude Era. Headbangers come out of nowhere and say, "Hey, fuck it, I want to wrestle for the title. We already won. We beat these guys over here, so we should be able to challenge for this."
I mean, to be fair, NXT somewhat did it when Cam Hendricks and Mason Rook beat Miles Bourne and Tony D. Since Cam Hendricks got the pin, it was like, well, hey, Cam, you got a title shot now. So,
yeah,
you're not necessarily wrong with that.
In their interview on Dynamite, they did
Go ahead,
get a little. Okay, yeah, their interview on Dynamite, they did also like pretty much bring up, this is like a legendary match in the making. Like, this is something to like put on the what is it, the bucket list type of match. Yeah. Like, fight, like going up against these legends. We're like, why the hell wouldn't we, type of thing. Like, Bucks have already gone up against the Hardys. Why wouldn't they go up against Edge and Christian too while they can?
Yeah. The issue I had, Matt Jackson's side of the promo was stupid to me. Young Bucks are already cemented as the best tag team in AEW. Whether y'all win their titles for the record 4th time or not, y'all already cemented. Y'all were the first tag team to sign.
Yeah.
Y'all helped build the company. When it comes to AEW,
literally EPs.
Y'all are probably, if I'm being honest, if I'm thinking of first ballot Hall of Famers for AEW, Young Bucks are probably the first names.
Yes.
If no not question. Moxley and Kenny. So for Matt to go on this tirade as if, they're this new up and coming team who are hungry for things, it's like, fam, y'all already cemented.
Well, true, but also in comparison to arguably one of the greatest tag teams in the history of professional wrestling,
if the promo went that way, like, hey, we want to prove ourselves against the best of the best, But the promo made it seem like if they don't win them titles, then the Young Bucks can never be considered the best tag team ever.
You want to know why? Because Wembley's in, they're gonna have it's gonna be topless, right? Nice.
Yeah.
You got to
stadium is gonna be topless.
You gotta understand.
Yeah.
This match is gonna happen in the middle of the show, and it's gonna end probably at daybreak. So
that's true too.
So it's a new day. Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? It probably is going to end at daybreak. And speaking of a new day,
fresh calendar,
fresh
week
did take place in Detroit, and we have a new tag team in AEW. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin started off the show, and they announced that they are all elite. So there you go.
It was bound to happen, like,
absolutely was bound to happen.
And I think they're gonna really do some amazing stuff within AEW's tag division, because you have the match between Motor City and the Young Bucks right there. That match is going to be absolutely fire when we get that match. And then you have other matches. Maybe you could do Cope and Christian versus them, and then you have other rumors of other tag teams being coming in, like the New Day, right? So you have a plethora of amazing tag teams that's going to bolster up that division and give it some much needed help, because they need it. So I do think they're going to do some amazing stuff for sure. And I'm looking forward to it.
So yes, MC, MG are now all elite. And your next match, child, I did not care.
I didn't care, bro.
Jericho took on the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, and I'm going to tell y'all why I didn't care. This is because of the Painmaker. No. This is my brain with wrestling sometimes, and this goes for all companies. And maybe we can say this is WWE's fault. That's fair. If you didn't already wrestled each other so many times, by the time we get here, I'm already kind of halfway. Remember how Dizzle was saying he's kind of halfway out the car with the Death Riders? That's kind of me with any.
The door is open.
No, I'm out the car at that point.
Like, I mean, Tommaso got one, Jericho got one, and then Bow. Here we go. I get it. I get rubber matches. I get it. But sometimes I get out the door, and this is my other problem. Christopher Jericho is not known for having these type of matches. Tommaso Ciampa, maybe before WWE, he had a few. I know he had, his NXT stuff with Johnny and this, that, and the third. But when I'm not used to seeing wrestlers who usually do violent spots and this, that, and the third, kind of like, fine, whatever. And seeing Jericho doing these things and ultimately them doing the whole drill thing, and that's how he won, it was like, fine. Oh, Tommaso Ciampa is in the tournament, I think. No, Tommaso Ciampa is going to enter the Casino Gauntlet. That's what he's trying to enter, the Casino Gauntlet.
Makes sense.
Somebody else has entered that goddamn Summer Cup. I just can't remember who else. It'll come to me at some point. But yeah.
Here, my problem with this, and I absolutely don't want to spend more than the necessary time on this. But my issue with this,
with the next match,
with Jericho, is that he's not in a prominent position right now in AEW to be helping anybody. Like, this does nothing for Ciampa. As a matter of fact, it brings him down more notches than necessary, because what is this for? Like this, it was like the same thing with Ricochet. It's like Jericho is not doing anybody favors right now, and of course I love Jericho, but at the same time with this shit, it's like it's only one word: why? Just why?
And you know what? That's the way we're gonna end it. Next match for the AEW National Championship. You had Dunkzilla Mark Davis defending against Mr. Andrade El Idolo. Like I told y'all before.
I mean,
Mark Davis.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet with this match.
Yeah, Dunkzilla.
Short and sweet with this. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet with this match. Happy for Andrade, but I didn't care. I didn't care. Like, I can't even take Mark Davis serious, bro. I can't.
No, I cared, but this was the wrong championship.
Oh yeah,
it should have been. Yeah, it should have been Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, but Andrade still has the Dynamite ring. He did defend his championship yesterday on Dynamite against.
Yes.
Who the hell did he fought?
Let me see.
He fought somebody yesterday, and it was actually a damn good match. When Andrade got the dub.
No, he did a three-way.
Yeah,
he did a triple threat match.
Jack Perry and somebody else, wasn't it?
Jack Perry and the stepchild.
Oh yeah, Nick Wayne.
Yeah.
So Andrade retained,
which really like confused me. Like, how did they end up getting a contention for the championship after they were in a ladder match?
Lost the international contenders. That's what I'm talking about. So Andrade, Ciampa, and I think it's Commander. I can't remember who the third person is, but they will have a three-way match. They will have a three-way match at Grand Slam Mexico to determine who's going to be the first one in the Casino Gauntlet at All In. And the Casino Gauntlet at All In is to determine who's the next number one contender for either Kenny or Ospreay. Right. So, but yeah.
Ospreay.
So yeah. Now, this next match, when I tell you, I almost flipped this desk. Like, literally, my celebration could not have been more than what it was. But for the AEW Women's Championship, Toxic Spider Tekla takes on Willow Nightingale. Y'all, my girl did it. We pulled it out once again. This kind of reminded me of the Maya World and Athena situation. the way that they was doing this,
No.
they seemed like they was booking it and wanted more to gear towards Willow and Mercedes rather than Tekla and Mercedes. But at first I thought maybe this could end up being a triple threat match. But no, it's like they're going full throttle with just Willow and Mercedes. But Willow Nightingale is your new AEW Women's World Champion. And she is officially, technically now, the first Grand Slam Women's Champion.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First Triple Crown champ. I mean, Tekla had a great reign for what she was able to do. I just didn't see it happening, especially when Mercedes won it. I didn't think they were going to do this match only because it's like heel versus heel, and I don't think you could have made it work, but I just didn't have a lot of faith in AEW to do that. But I think the bigger story is Willow and Mercedes, considering their history. Now I don't know what this is to leave Tekla. I would hope that she's still on the card in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's going after maybe the TBS championship against, Maya World, I think that could be a good match. But yeah, I think that's kind of the route that I'm looking at least for both of these women going into All In.
This doesn't help the allegations brought by Tekla that, Willow was just trying to go on a vacation and not drop the title.
Yeah. She pulled a Roman Reigns. And she wrecked everyone and left and walked up the title.
She said, "I'm hurt. I'm leaving."
But the problem was she wasn't defending it. She was just in the tournament. Now it was.
Oh no! Yeah, this was just to protect the record. She never technically lost it.
Yeah, like I said, so it would have been different if she was having a title match that was about to come up, and it was like, "Oh no, I'm hurt." But the fact.
Oh, you mean like Rhea Ripley or somebody?
Said, take me out.
I didn't want to say names, but sure.
No, I'll say fucking names. What the fuck?
Dizzle, you got anything to add?
No, fucking Rhea Ripley. God damn it.
As somebody who called this shit since the injury stuff with Willow.
Pretty much.
I'm happy for Willow.
Yes.
But I'm not happy that Tekla lost. This hurts me. This absolutely hurts me because I personally believe that Tekla deserves the match with Mercedes. Now, I do not think all hope is lost. I think there's a very slim chance that we could get a triple threat between these three women because the story's already built.
I hope for it. Yeah, I'm still holding out hope for it.
So there's still time. Now, would I be mad at a Willow and Mercedes match? Of course not.
Of course not.
This would probably be, this almost a what am I thinking? A full circle moment for the women's. I believe it was it the Never Open?
I think it was the New Japan Strong title.
New Japan Strong. That was New Japan Strong for that match because of course Mercedes got hurt. She was booked to win that, and then Willow ended up being the first one because Mercedes got hurt and they called an audible. And I think this is Mercedes get back in a way. So I absolutely don't believe that Willow's going to walk away from Wembley with the Women's World Championship.
And that's the one thing I hate. I hate the fact that she's only going to get possibly a 1 month reign.
Yeah.
That's the only downside I truly hate to it because that staple aspect of Willow. But, I get it.
More mad about Sami Zayn, though.
I'm trying to think of it like this. And you guys
I never wanted that man to become champion, to be honest with you. Hot take. Here you go. Hot take.
I'm gonna put it like this, and you guys can let me know how you guys feel about this. I do think Willow might be a transitional champion, and I do feel some type of way about that because I feel like
hot take.
She's been she's worked her entire careers in AEW to get to this point, and it does make me feel some type of way as a Willow fan to see her finally reaching the top of AEW only for it to last a month. Now, you can have a great reign even within a month. Prime example, Darby Allin. It's what you do within that reign that makes it memorable.
Absolutely.
Now, if you really wanted to, and this is where I want to get y'all's opinions, because we are going to get Willow and Mercedes. Who is to say that Willow doesn't beat Mercedes again?
I was
to
going to ask that
further show that Mercedes is at a point where in AEW where it's like, this is the one title that she can't win. And on top of that, Willow always seems to have an upper hand with Mercedes and always seems to have an answer every single time and overcomes Mercedes time and time again, which can create for a more compelling story that you could probably tell throughout the rest of 2026.
Yeah, or take what shows up and interferes and costs Willow that belt.
Oh no, please, no. No, bro. No. Nah, fam.
Like I said, time will tell. Congrats, Willow. So the fallout for this, Willow and Mercedes had the contract signing. It seems like as of right now, they're all in with Mercedes having the services of Divine Dominion. And it seems like Willow is going to have the services of the Brawling Birds because the Brawling Birds want a piece of Divine Dominion. So
do I.
And AEO.
Ain't no AEO.
It was an AEO because it came out of nowhere. RKO style.
He ain't wrong. No. He's not.
I mean,
wrong.
Jamie Hayter though.
Jamie Hayter though. But the Divine Dominion.
I mean, Divine Dominion. I would never put neither one of those women above Willow. Just saying.
I mean, a cruiserweight with two powerhouse women. I mean, take it how you will.
I do like some strong women.
I'm always down for a trip to Themyscira, man.
That part exactly.
Yeah.
Right? You see me, I'm a cruiserweight out here, and you put me with two powerhouses. I mean, you know what it is. Come on now.
All right, gents, let's get into it because it's a lot to unpack. Your main event of the night, Kenny Omega defends his AEW World Championship against the Jet TBS champion, Kevin Knight. Now, what's up?
I was about to say, it just came to me, but
now
that's what I call 205 live. Anyways,
the match.
That was a good show.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Love that show too. I love that show.
Let me regain composure. The match was not bad. I just hated we already knew the outcome. Yeah, and with that being said, there is no offense to Kevin Knight. Good job. I can definitely see him as a world champion at some point. But Kenny Omega does retain. Because the story from this is there was a segment where John Moxley was like, hey, Willity, Billy Goat, you got to know how to pull that trigger. If not, I'm going to pull the trigger for you. So after Kenny O wins, the Death Riders comes out, and they immediately started beating down Kenneth. Like they was putting hands and feet all over Kenny. Ospreay comes out there and was like, yo, what are y'all doing? Kind of energy. Like he kind of bulldozed Claudio because they was about to do the whole chair on the neck thing and everything. So Moxley was like, hey guys, chill. I got this. So Moxley hands Will the plastic bag and was like, hey, big dog, you know what you got to do.
I told you what you got to do.
And Ospreay tore the bag up. He was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. And he kind of, shoves Mox. And, Mox and the Death Riders are outside the... Well, they left. They left.
Whoa.
Okay.
No, because Wheeler Yuta gave him a nice hug.
That's right.
He was like, he was like, He's like, all right, man. It's all right. We got a little over our heads. He's like, here, just suck it up. Then
I forgot about
he
the fact
peeks.
that
Dude peeks. No, but that's some good, like, man. I shared that to y'all, but that's like some good, like, full circle moment, because that's exactly what happened to Yuta when they did that shit to Bryan Danielson.
They did.
But yeah, Wheeler gave Mox the thumbs up to stomp on the chair, and right before Mox,
Claudio was gonna do it.
Oh, was it my bad, Claudio? My two ball dudes, my bad. But right before Claudio does it, Ospreay turns around and stops him from doing it. But after they get caught red-handed, they're like, all right, you have it your way.
So, like I said, after Ospreay tears up the plastic bag because he wasn't gonna do it, Mox and the gang left, and they was like, "Hey, you gonna learn. You on your own. You gonna learn." And Kenny O and Ospreay was kind of celebrating, placating to the crowd, and Ospreay got a little too comfortable because Kenny O hit his ass with a one-wing angel, and then the Young Bucks even come out there like, "Yo, what are you doing, Kenneth? Like, what's happening?" And Kenneth, to me, Kenneth had that thought. If you are a fan of Muhammad Ali had a famous quote that if you dream that you beat me in your sleep, you should wake up and apologize. And that's what they kind of said. That's what they kind of said Kenny Omega did, was the fact that you thought about it is the reason why I hit you with this one-wing angel. Now, this is the part that's slightly confusing me a little bit. Kenny Omega's attitude on Dynamite, he came off to me way heelish. Then he came off as, I was trying to get you before you got me. I knew you was a Death Rider. I didn't know what your plans was. Kenny was sounding very heel on Wednesday. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Then, but the show opened with Ospreay walking into the arena, and the Death Riders is out there. Daniel Garcia, young boy Billy, and blow, Hidden Blade, shut up. And it was like, damn, he just hit boy out of nowhere. Then, Ospreay handed Moxley the patch, and Mox was like, "You sure you want to do this?" And then he was like, "Yeah." So, and Hangman was trying to give Ospreay some advice, because Hangman was like, "Hey, I'll watch your back, because seems like you got a lot going on." And then Ospreay was like, "Look, I know you friends with the Bucks and Kenny. I don't know if I can trust you, so I'd rather just go at it alone," kind of energy. So
it's really confusing, because Hangman's already trying to join up with some other people, and then Kenny doesn't even know if he's friends with the Bucks right now. It's like wires are crossing at this point.
Then Mark Davis challenges Ospreay to a match that they're going to have in Mexico. What the fuck is happening with this storyline going into All In? You know what? Hold on.
No, I know why.
Go ahead, Jaeger. What you got? Go ahead.
Because this all ties back to the Dynamite Diamond Ring. He lost the belt to Andrade, and Andrade got the ring from Ospreay. So Mark Davis was like, "Damn, you betrayed us at that one time. So now I gotta go after you for being helping the betrayal, and potentially helping me lose this belt." No, I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
This is the straw that I'm grasping at.
On Collision, the main event, Daniel Garcia took on Ospreay. Ospreay wins. It seems like Ospreay and Danny Garcia kind of had a little moment, but then Garcia eventually kind of rolled out the ring. Then Mark Davis and RPG Vice comes out and attacks Ospreay. Ospreay eventually recovers and everything. Ospreay's on top. Now, with all that being said, Dizzle, has this storyline came a little too convoluted going into All In?
No.
What are your thoughts?
Everything makes perfect sense. Because all this is trying to convey at this point is exactly what Mox said to him. "Hey, are you sure?" and now
Okay.
it's
He
showing
didn't have the Death
Ospreay
Rider
alone.
belt.
So now it's like, now that you don't have the, for lack of a better term, shield around you, that would be the Death Riders. Everything is going to come at you at all, because you got to think about it. Death Riders already had beef with Don Callis' family.
Yes.
You know, of course they had the beef with Kenny and everybody else. So anybody that had a beef, and I'm not going to say it's going to be the full on, but at this point, anybody that recently, I'll say, had beef with the Death Riders, and they still can't touch the Death Riders. All right, well, let's touch the one person that was with the Death Riders, that's by themselves, an easy target at this point. Which at the same time, it's also going to give, up until between now and All In, it's going to give everybody else the chance to see the growth in Ospreay and what he's learned from the Death Riders. Basically, we're going to get the Samoa Joe treatment that we got during that match all over again, but on the road to All In. So we're about to see a cutthroat Ospreay at this point. So, which also I'll say this, because this was the funny shit that got me. That fucking promo that Kenny did with Ospreay, all I could think about, because that shit was completely just overdone.
Trash.
It reminded me. I don't know if
way too long.
to anybody watching. I don't know, you know, because my fellow South Park fans, it's a WTF episode.
I love South Park. You know what I mean?
When they're doing the auditions for the WTF Federation, that's all I thought about. Was like, this is exactly what the fuck this shit reminds me of.
Hey, so since I don't watch South Park, fill me in, big dog.
Shoot.
So the WTF episode, so the kids go to a WWE, it's almost like a WWE collab, in a way. So they create their own wrestling federation, almost like how we did as kids. But what they do is, because it's in a way it's meant to make fun of WWE. So they're more focused on the storylines than they are the wrestling. So all the wrestling stuff, it's almost like made like a play. So all their auditions that they do are like for thespians and shit. And they barely do any wrestling. They just dress up as wrestlers. So when I thought about the Kenny shit, I'm like, this reminds me of that episode, because it's completely just theater-esque at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
He's always been a good storyteller, though, man.
The world of AEW, like that is pretty much Redemption. Is Fallout. Now, of course, we are on that road to All In. We have Grand Slam Mexico in between with next week, and we're going to be building towards that show. I mean, we know we got Ospreay, Kenny O. We got the Continental Cup. We have the Men's Casino Gauntlet to see who's going to be number one contender. We have Willow taking on Mercedes. We have CNC taking on the Young Bucks. I know you hate that name, Jaeger. I know that's what they call themselves. CNC are taking on the Young Bucks. I'm pretty sure if they save it, we're probably gonna get the Brawling Birds taking on Divine Dominion. The TBS Championship, most likely something may happen there. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in the world of AEW. Now, I know that September, I think it's September 6th show, when they're gonna be dedicating that show to Rebel.
Yeah, Rebel Heart.
It may be some waterworks. I'm just letting you know. It may be some waterworks. Just
valid.
But yeah. But moving right along, before we get into the real nitty-gritty of WWE, a very interesting segment happened on NXT this past Tuesday. One, Grayson Waller just hijacked the show and cut a scathing promo on the NXT men's locker room. And he went scorched earth on them boys. And I appreciate Grayson Waller on the mic. He killed it, because he was like, the last 2 years of my career, the first year I spent carrying 240 pounds of dead weight. That Marty Jannetty now is with a whole other group, tag team champion and all of that. But look at me, where I'm at. He said, the last year of my career, I was pretending I was part of a funeral. And it wasn't for the tag team championships, it was for my career. But he said, you know what? It's a new day. And I'm here. But he was pretty
He
much
said
calling
it was a new day.
yeah, he was calling the men's locker room soft, and pretty much all they do is be on their phones, on TikToks. They not real wrestlers. They just here to just be on TV. And he also said something that made sense. He said, I'm coming back because I feel to be respected, I need to win the NXT championship. I seen what that championship did for Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. Maybe I need to be in that same boat. That if I win that NXT championship, I can pretty much go back and be respected. And I was like, I'm not mad at that, Grayson. I'm not mad at that. But since then, there has been a bunch of the wrestlers doing their little responses on Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, I ain't even hearing y'all. Like, shut up.
Like, oh, you were responding on social media, the thing that he called you out on being about or being on?
You just proved his point.
Exactly. Get on the mic at the show. I don't know.
And then call him out. The fact that he even threw shots at TNA too, like
He did.
he did
but
throw
when
shots at TNA.
Cruz Santana, he said that being number one on TNA, that's like, how did he say it?
I think
He
he
said
called it like a
something, yeah.
dead show or something like that.
But yeah, he pretty much scorched earth.
Nah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
it was cool. It gave me like CM Punk vibes in a way because the way he presented it. Granted, he is very underrated. When you think about it, he's very decent in the ring, and then you look at his first run, I would say in NXT, he was a guy that I think I was very into as far as like his character, his in-ring work. I remember the match that he had, I think was Takeovers, I think it was like Stand Deliver in 2023, the one he had with Johnny Gargano. That was an amazing match, and I'm like, okay, I can buy into the idea of him becoming like a North American or NXT champion, and he had that feud with Braun Breaker. And I actually did think he was probably going to get a shocking win. Unfortunately, that didn't really come to fruition. Then we went to main roster.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, did he go in on my boy Austin Theory. Look, I get it. My boy, he called him Marty Jannetty. It cut deep.
I didn't know that he was 240 pounds.
I feel bad for my boy Austin Theory because Austin Theory could have been in this position. Like, I think a lot of people would have wanted to see Austin Theory in a position like this, but Grayson
really liked him.
I think Grayson Waller is gonna do good in this role now that he's back in NXT. I do expect him to potentially get a run with the NXT championship. So I think he's gonna win.
Oh God!
I think he's gonna win it.
Hey. His name. Wait. Let me load it up. His name. Say it with me now, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a shitty picture. It's Cruz Montoya.
Montana.
Sorry, not Montoya. Montana. Sorry. Cruz Montana is going to be your next NXT champion.
I don't see it. I think they're gonna delay it.
Unless they pull some wild thing. What Grayson?
Cruz Montana Loki.
They're gonna delay it. I already feel it. Like
Montana. That is the name that they have given the former Mike Santana. And y'all, when I was doing NXT AG, I was struggling.
Dude, like I told you,
I was struggling to call that name Cruz Montana. Great
TV evil twin vibe. Mike Santana, meet your evil twin, Cruz Montana.
I'm gonna say this right now because I think you said that Cruz Montana would become your next NXT champion, and I won't be mad at the prospect of him winning. I can see NXT wanting to delay that a little bit, and having Grayson play spoiler to that and be like a wrench in those plans and kind of delaying it. maybe to like something like a pay-per-view like a NXT Deadline or a Halloween Havoc maybe.
They better do something since Naraku didn't win it.
Yeah, that man, I feel like
still pissed
his
me
best
off.
bet is probably winning the North American.
Cost me the belt, Naraku.
Well, I don't even know if he's gonna win the North American because they're kind of. I feel like they're gonna probably have the feud that's going on with Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights, spark into something. I think Tavion Heights might win that. Cause I think they're competing for like the tag titles next week, so I could see something happening there where they'll.
Tavion and Miles are going against the Vanity Project, but yes, Dizzle, you had anything to add to this before we get to?
Yeah. As far as the Grayson Waller shit, not convinced, not impressed yet.
Wow. Okay.
Look, the words were nice. The delivery was not so much. I didn't believe the shit that he said. I mean, I believe that he was harboring some ill will and some shit like that, but I didn't feel that shit like it was gonna lead to anything. Now, could it? Yeah, but I think this is the perfect step for him because being back in NXT, it's only gonna work wonders for you because that now, outside of D'Angelo, you're the most experienced person there, so you should learn. I mean, Cruz, but I'm talking about NXT guys. I mean, now he's an NXT guy, but you know,
okay.
But yeah. I mean, so now you got the top three guys. So now you're finally building. I mean, because the thing you said about the women's division, absolutely, this is true. Now you're building up the men's main event scene. That's fine. Now, as far as Cruz Montana, yeah, this works.
Can say the name.
This works. I mean, I'm happy he's there. I knew he was gonna go, but at the same time, I'm gonna need them to make sure that they know what they have. Mm-hmm. So right now they 0 for 1.
Okay.
Well, technically 0 for 2 if you know I can't count Joe Hendry yet because you know he actually did win the championship. So they're 0
looking
for 1.
at the 0 for 2. Look at my nameplate. It's 0 for 2.
Oh no, well see that he's in the same boat as Soul. They got fast track.
I don't know about that one.
They got because they got fast track. That's what I mean. I'm not talking about the championships they won. They both got fast track before they could do stuff that they needed to do.
Yeah.
But with Cruz, I'm just waiting to see what they do. Time will tell. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Let me.
The only thing that's gonna make Cruz.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing that's gonna make Evil Twin valid is gonna be what they let him do in the ring and on the mic. Grayson Waller, I'm in the same boat as Lip. Not exactly sold yet because Grayson Waller to me was how I felt about The Miz when he first showed up, in WWE.
That's a good comparison.
Like, dude was rocking the Hawaiian shirts, just trying to be a fucking social media personality, and now what's his biggest complaint about the locker room in the back being on social media too damn much? Like, hell, great fucking call out. Great fucking call out, but that was literally you, homie.
Hey, bars. But so let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all seen or heard of this? Hold on, once it loads up.
I seen it and I literally turned off my phone. They're presenting that, I think,
so
this weekend.
Hold on. I got you. So
no, you saw me get up,
weekend,
right? I'm doing other shit right now.
This ESPN is introducing a new way to celebrate standout performers at the WWE PLEs. A custom ESPN title belt has been created to honor the moment of the night winner at WWE PLEs.
I'm doing other shit right now.
What moments are we referring to?
I guess matches.
ESPN Championship. So the ESPN Championship title as a part of its new Moment of the Night recognition, celebrating the most impactful performance, storyline, or match moment from each premium live event. The title will be also incorporated into fan-facing content, creator integrations, and on-site activations throughout SummerSlam weekend. So
on-site
after this weekend-
activations. What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't fucking know. But after this weekend, somebody, if ESPN deems it, who has the moment of the night or the highlight of the night or whatever, will get this custom championship until the next PLE.
Okay, so it is going to a superstar.
Yeah, it's going to a
Okay,
So
that left
then
room for
with
thinking
this,
that it was like a civilian.
or it
Better
could
not be.
match. So it could go to both people, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so then where I put this in that same bucket that I put the John Cena Invitational,
Which we still haven't heard shit about that since.
I guess they're gonna try to make that a December thing because I feel like I looked at the schedule. You got Money in the Bank in October. You got Sunday night main event in September. Then you literally have in November Survivor Series, and I think another Saturday night main event. So, yeah.
Well, they can make it a non-existent thing, is what they can do. So
Exactly.
Make it a Twitter exclusive, like WWE Speed.
Speaking of, because I totally just forgot this. I'm glad we brought it up because we brought it up with NXT. Starting next week, August 4th, NXT in a partnership with CW Sports will be on ESPN.
Oh yeah.
Wait. So NXT. So now going forward, you can watch NXT on ESPN
and CW.
As long as it's both channels, then that's one thing.
For now, most likely for now. Now,
Yeah.
The PLEs will go to ESPN, even though they made that announcement about CW. So Heatwave will be on ESPN. I don't know if it's still going to be on CW, but for sure, Heatwave will be on ESPN. So
What happened to YouTube?
they were doing on YouTube,
Well,
right?
they made that partnership with CW. That's why the Great American Bash was on CW.
Okay.
Starting Tuesday, you can watch ESPN. You can watch NXT on CW, or you can watch it on the ESPN app. And Heatwave will be on the ESPN.
Oh, on the app.
Yeah, that app that they want you to get for watching their PLEs. That app.
Oh, you mean that shit they can probably miss me with, right?
I already have ESPN, so I guess I'll watch it because I don't have
So-
CW.
You go ahead,
All
young
right,
Leo.
so let's go ahead and get into it, gents. This weekend we have SummerSlam. I will be defending my technical predictions championship against one Lip Dizzle. Leo will be defending the tag predictions championship against Jaeger Bombastic. And
which I'll retain.
Also too, ESPN is killing. I mean, WWE is killing that whole first hour shit being on ESPN as well.
Of course they are.
Yeah, that's done. That's done.
So wait, they killed it? It's no more?
There's no more.
Wait, what they
How
killed?
dare you enjoy a show for free?
Yeah, that
Wait,
whole
what-
first
what did they
hour
do?
being on ESPN, that whole first hour being on ESPN or ESPN2, that's done.
They say, "No, you got to pay to see us."
Yeah. So, WrestleMania Saturday, we have Fatal
SummerSlam.
Influence taking
SummerSlam.
on. Oh, I did say WrestleMania. Jesus Christ.
You got to come with some roof, brother.
SummerSlam Saturday, we got Fatal Influence taking on the Bellas and Paige. We're going to have the Usos and Jacob taking on Royce Keys, Louisiana Knight, and Solo Sikoa. We're going to have Gunther taking on Nick Aldis. We're going to have for the Women's World Championship, Liv Morgan defending against Io Sky. And a Hell in a Cell, Brock Lesnar is taking on the Ruler over Femi. And your main event will be for the undisputed WWE Championship, Chicago Man Punk taking on Cody Raheem Rhodes. Gentlemen, your thoughts on SummerSlam Saturday?
It's
Okay,
magnet pump.
I'm gonna get my thoughts on one of these. I'm gonna try to make all these brief, but one of them I really need to. I feel like I will be remiss if I don't speak my mind for this match. This women's tag match that you got here, this could have been on SmackDown. I'm gonna be real with you. Look, bro. And if you have if you have this is a quick disclaimer. If you happen to be a Bella Army fan and you happen to watch this video, I suggest you leave now, because I am not responsible for what I say the words coming out of my mouth now. You have been warned. Someone explain to me why Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, and Paige are on SummerSlam, but my boy Javon Evans is not. I'm about to say this right now, bro. The Bella Twins ain't good, bro. I'm sorry. I seen better matches from Javon Evans in 1 year than I seen from all three of the Bella Twins and Paige in their entire careers, bro. Both. I don't care, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Do you realize the only reason why they are relevant is because they were not in the era that we're in now? Do you realize if they would have came into the WWE in the late 2010s, in the 2020s, they would be they're nobodies. They're scrubs, bro. I'm sorry. They are literal scrubs. Every time I see them have a match, I just want to turn my television off. I do. It's boring.
There's a reason. There's a reason why they got popular. I'll get into it.
We know why. These surgeries. At this point, Nikki Bella's got more divorces than she got title reigns at this point. Let's get that out the way. Second off, why is this match even on the show? This is a literally bathroom break match written all over it. Do you realize in the current landscape right now, if they came in right now and nobody knew who they would literally be henchmen for Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Bianca. They would literally be towel boys for them. They'll be carrying their bags, for crying out loud. They wouldn't even be sniffing a WWE ring. Brie Bella can't do one simple move in a ring, bro, without making it look weak. And it's just like, bro, you're married to one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time, and Bryan Danielson. And you look like you're just stepped into a WWE ring for the first time. Paige, on the other hand, she just came back. Nikki Bella, I mean, nobody pays attention to what she does in the ring. I mean, like I said, she's got more divorces than she got title reigns at this point. Nobody cares what she got to do in the ring. They have not moved the needle at all. Somebody point to me one good match that they've had where their opponents weren't the ones carrying them. Liv Morgan literally scored her. Do you not realize Liv Morgan, before she went on injury, she literally just little daughtered her Nikki Bella. Like, why would I care about the Bella Twins and Paige in 2026, bro? Like, I'm still trying to understand, how do you not have Javon Evans on SummerSlam, Carmelo Hayes on SummerSlam, Braun Breaker on SummerSlam, Austin Theory on SummerSlam, but you got the Bella Twins and Paige on SummerSlam, bro? And nobody can make an argument at all that these women deserve to be on this card more than Javon Evans, bro. Javon Evans clears every single one of them in the ring, bro. There's nothing you can tell me that the Bella Twins and Paige can do better than Javon Evans. You can't.
My only complaint on this,
you're lying.
My only complaint on this rant is we should have saved it for one of the other men's matches, because now, like, there should definitely be other women's matches in place of this one.
Exactly. But you could have done Tiffany Stratton and Blake Monroe, bro. That I would be okay with. But the Bella Twins and Paige over the young OG, Braun Breaker.
I'll pass it up. Like, leave it to where it's Paige versus somebody else in some kind of a grudge match. We can just nix the Bellas.
Y'all are not looking at the other side of the ring, though. This y'all got to look at
It's
it from a
fatal
perspective
influence.
of this match being for Fatal Influence more
It's
than
for
it is
them.
for
Fair.
Bellas and
No,
Paige.
no,
Yes.
yeah, that's very fair. I'll
It's
100%
fair.
give it to that.
It's fair because they're being legends, and I get the point of the match, but it didn't need to take a pay-per-view spot. It didn't. Like, it's literally there for Fatal Influence to get the rub, beating some established names, if you fans want to call it established names, because like I said, they're scrubs. But if you want to call them stars, okay, cool. But like, it's only for two reasons. This match only serves two purposes. One is to get the Fatal Influence girls over, which they should, and also for the Bella Twins to turn on Paige. That's the only thing that this match serves any purpose for, and that's that.
Bella Twins are turning on Paige. They need to come out the losers of that turn, though.
Well, the
Otherwise,
Fatal-
they're just going to make
Okay.
Paige's fucking return like weak as fuck.
And then these.
I mean,
other-
she's been back for a little bit now,
other
but still.
Now the other 6-man tag match, I've been grown to like it a little bit more. I'm still gonna say Bloodline's gonna win because something's telling me Solo's going to turn, but I don't want Solo to turn because I've been really invested with he's been doing as a babyface right now, and I could see Zillify too, showing up to join. If you want to keep this feud going, maybe. Nick Aldis and Gunther, I think could potentially be one of the better matches on SummerSlam weekend, in my personal opinion. I think people are really going to be in for a treat just to see how good Nick Aldis is. I do have Gunther winning this match because I feel like for a average viewer that's a casual, I think this match is going to be for the casuals, right? If you're a hardcore fan like we are, we know how good Nick Aldis is, but I think from a casual fan, they only see Nick Aldis as a general manager. So if they see this match, they're going to see Gunther versus the SmackDown GM. They're not going to see it as Nick Aldis. So I do think Gunther will win this. You can have maybe Sammy get involved in this because you know Sammy might feel some type of way because Nick Aldis is the reason why he didn't win. But you also can have Drew come back. And you could do Drew and Nick Aldis coming out of this considering they have their beef, which I think they should. The Women's World Championship, you can make a case for either one. I feel like the championship is probably going to be in a bad spot. The reason why I say that because when Io was champion, they didn't really have her defend the title until she faced Rhea at Evolution. And then with Liv, they haven't had her defend the championship for over 100 days. And granted, it's not her fault. It's just lazy booking on WWE's part for not really putting her in positions because we know she can be a great champion. She can have great matches. The fact that you had on Unreal that Triple H said she's a ring general, you could put her in there with anybody, and this is what you're doing. It's creative malpractice because you should be doing something with her. You should be. And it's like, I also feel like the curse doesn't do anything for Liv as well because, well, going into it, we feel like Io's going to win. So I'm going to say Io's going to win. And I think after this match, Raquel and Roxanne are going to turn on Liv and kick her out of the Judgment Day. And then maybe you decide to have Stephanie Vicari come out there as well. And that could be like the new trio, at least for like the women's side of things.
No more female.
Well, I'm just saying they could do that, but I feel like Liv kind of being kicked out. Considering like if we think about what SummerSlam is known for, it's known for turning the turning of the Judgment Day, right? Where we've seen Rhea get kicked out and Liv being introduced. We've seen Damian get kicked out after Finn turned a couple years ago. So SummerSlam is known for that. So I do think we're going to continue that trend here, and I could see Liv being the next one to ultimately be exiled from the Judgment Day. And I think this can create an interesting story now that we do have Raquel as Intercontinental Champion. So I will leave that there. The Hell in a Cell match, Oba Femi should win. I'm not going to even, say too much about that. Oba should win that. If Brock won, I don't know what I would do.
I'm flipping tables.
Flipping tables. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Somebody's going to get a serious case of CTE if I see Brock Lesnar win this, bro. I'm sorry. The first person I see come outside and they come across me and I'm in a bad mood, a chair. You're not going to see it coming. But Oba has to win. I would hope they can
imagining Leo walking around with a chair.
They can use I hope they can use the cage.
Wishing somebody would.
I hope they can use the cage to kind of be its own thing. And don't even get me started what they did on Raw when they had the voiceover.
Just ignore that. Just.
No. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
What you mean? What you mean? You got a voiceover for Hell in a Cell talking about entering my walls. What you mean? I don't want to hear that. I'm trying to watch wrestling. I don't want to. This ain't that type of show. In the words of R-Truth, that ain't PG. But anyways, Oba should win. I would hope. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I would love to see them go on top of the cell and like fight it a little bit, or maybe some crazy spots. I don't know if we're gonna.
Attitude Era is gone, sir.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Oh well, granted, they did it in 2014, I believe, and as well. But I don't really.
That was a dozen years ago.
And then they did it in 2016. They did it in 2016 as well.
That was a decade ago.
I know. But I'm gonna just leave that there. And then for the main event, I have Punk retaining. And I'll get to the reason why I have Punk retaining. When we get to the other matches, Punk retains, and I think Cody turns after this match. I have Cody Rhodes turning heel after this match. I just feel like something's have to happen in this match. So you can't just have this match be this match and then where they're cool buddy shaking hands. No, something has to happen that maybe can continue this feud going forward, or it could be the first chapter of many if they want to have the story continuing going into WrestleMania next year. But I'm going to go Punk is going to win this match. He just won it. And you have Cody Rhodes turn heel after this match. He goes complete Cody Homelander after losing the WWE Championship.
All right.
What if it's the curse of Danhausen after they gave him that little smooch?
Oh, good God, no. Don't you dare.
What if him going heel is because of Danhausen?
Oh, don't you dare.
Dizzle, Jaeger, what y'all got?
Brother, I think you were right to call it WrestleMania earlier, man. These are a lot of reruns back to WrestleMania.
The match card is better than Mania, I feel like, to be fair.
The match card's nearly identical, but
not necessarily. I think more people are intrigued with this one than more people are intrigued for SummerSlam than Mania. And Mania could have been good, but I just think the way they booked a lot of stuff was that. And did you guys see ESPN earlier for Triple H and everything? I don't know if you guys seen that. Triple H, he was interviewed about SummerSlam and everything like that, and he was asked which match he thinks is going to be the match of the weekend. Now, when they asked him that question, the first match I was thinking maybe Cody and Punk, maybe the Hell in a Cell, Gunther and Nick Aldis, maybe Roman and Seth, maybe Chad and Penta. But no, guess what match he said he thinks is going to be the match of the weekend?
What's that?
He said he thinks Liv and Io will be the match of the weekend. And I'm like, I mean, the match could be good, but with all the other matches I've named, I don't know about that one, brother. You got Finn and Sammy. You got the main event of night one, the Hell in a Cell match, Seth and Roman. But you said Liv and Io. And well, granted, I'm not going to take anything away from Io because Io is one of the very best.
Similar to this one.
Like, Io is one of the very best of the women's division. Scott, period, point blank. I'm not going to dispute that. Liv, when given the green light, she can be good as well. But you're going to say Liv and Io over all those other matches.
Did you not just quote that man as saying that Liv is the ring general?
He said that in his own words from Unreal.
Look, these WWE promos have been like all over ESPN for the past 7 days. They're going to be there until actual SummerSlam. They're really going hard on the advertisements. They did the whole Fan Fest last weekend as well.
Fanatics, yeah.
Yeah. They're really trying to go hard on the paint for SummerSlam. So I'm assuming they got big money riding on it being successful.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey,
Diesel, what you got? Oh, my bad.
Oh, no.
Diesel, what you got?
Whatever.
It's not much I really care about on Saturday's card outside of Gunther and Aldis. This I'm extremely excited. I mean, I'm at this point I'm honestly only watching SummerSlam for this match.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
so-
an interesting one.
Solid.
Considering they did a whole
Yeah.
180
Solid
this year. They
Yeah,
did a whole
the thing
180
is,
top
and I'm not going to get into my picks because Scoot is going to get the absolute best D-Slay this weekend. So
Jaeger, I'm putting
not
Bell
even-
Tail this weekend. Too.
so
I would expect nothing
We'll see.
less.
fair enough. But also the story going into the Gunther and Aldis match. Shout out to Chris Van Vliet. This if
Bro,
you look, people watching,
got
if y'all
emotional
don't
watching that.
watch, if y'all don't watch Chris Van Vliet's interviews,
I
do
really
yourself a
need to
favor
start.
and go watch interviews because
Bro.
this just, and especially with this Aldis interview, fantastic. It was probably one of the most heartfelt ones that I've seen. And if you happen to know Aldis / Magnus's journey through TNA, through the independent scene, NWA Championship, so on and so forth, this match means a lot. And I've said this over the course of the past few months, and I've always hoped that Aldis actually gets a fair shot, and this isn't a one-off match. I want him to, at the very least, get a full year's run of WWE. I don't even know win a championship.
Did you watch SmackDown when they did the contract signing?
I saw the contract signing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm mentioning the contract signing because he's temporarily relinquishing GM
duties.
So they
because
know, like that
Oh, we
after
come
this
back to
match,
that?
we go
because what did I say last week? I
Yeah.
said this is going to happen, and then you're going to end up getting Adam Pearce as a manager of
running
both.
shows.
Yeah.
So that's my hope. That's my hope. Now, granted,
William Regal.
last week was wishful thinking, which is why I brought that up. Because and the thing is with Pierce, it just made the most sense because Pierce, even before then, even during when you talk about COVID era, he was running both shows.
Yeah.
And so it was the perfect transition, and especially when you think about the whole Punk situation where Aldis got suspended or leave of absence, and then he was still kind of booking stuff, and that became a storyline then. So it works. But with the Aldis thing, yeah, I don't need him to win the championship. This is more me for him. I just want him to experience a full year's run in WWE, going through every pay-per-view that he can and getting the Mania moment. After that, he can ride off into the sunset and go back, to putting the suit on and shit like that. But, I just want him. I want him to be able to have that opportunity. So,
And like you said, Lil Dizzle, I will agree. I mean, I would love to see him win a championship, even if it's not a world title, maybe like a mid-card. But I think the bigger thing for him, is being able to be a part of these monumental matches, like him competing at SummerSlam, maybe him competing in a Money in the Bank ladder match. Maybe if he decides to be at Survivor Series, I don't know how they're going to do War Games, but it would be nice for him to be in a War Games match, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Him competing in a Royal Rumble match, him competing in an Elimination Chamber, and then having a Mania match as well. So I think those, probably will mean more to him than probably winning the title.
yeah.
All right. Well, that is SummerSlam Saturday. Now let's move on to the other half, SummerSlam Sunday, where we're going to have, as soon as it loads up,
Ooh,
bam.
just think about
You're
that.
going to have for the Intercontinental Championship, Penta taking on Chad Gable. For the United States Championship, Trick Willie defending against Baron Corbin. Huh?
When you said Chad Gable, you said United States Championship. You got the titles mixed up, brother.
No. Sorry, for the Intercontinental Championship, Penta, Chad Gable. United States Championship, Trick Williams, Baron Corbin. The $100,000 Human Monies on the Pole match, Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. For number one contendership of the championship, don't care anymore. Finn Balor taking on Sami Zayn, and for the interim women's ladder for the WWE Women's Championship interim ladder match, you now have Charlotte, you have Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, and the winner between Lash Legend and Julia on Friday will fill in the 5th spot.
Mhm.
And your main event for it all, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Roman Jerome Reigns taking on Seth freaking Rollins. That is SummerSlam Sunday. Gentlemen, thoughts about these 6 matches?
Well, okay, I'm gonna do this right. If you remember Mania this year, right? Night 2's matches were better than night 1's. Now it seems like most of the high-profile matches are night 1 compared to night 2. And then I just want to put out there, but if we're going through these matches, Chad Gable has to win the Intercontinental Championship. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If he loses, I think it's gonna suck the air out of the crowd, in my personal opinion. I think he's long overdue for a championship reign. I think it's a full circle moment when you think of when Penta came into the WWE. His first match was against Chad Gable. Chad Gable went through everything that happened with AAA, and now he's back. I think it's a full circle moment to kind of have him win. So I'm gonna go Chad Gable here. The United States Championship, I mean, I'm just gonna say Trick Williams is probably gonna win. I feel like it's safe to say that, you know, Melo should have been here. To be fair, I mean they could still add him. We still have one more SmackDown to go, so it's possible, but it's slim to none. That's more likely not gonna happen. This Human Monies match, I don't care. I don't. Just
Why are we getting this again?
I don't care. Like,
so to
like
give
Dan
you a
Allen.
rundown, Dominic paid Danhausen $100,000 to curse Oba when they was doing the title tournament. I mean, when they were doing the King of the Ring. Danhausen took the money and ran, and they've been trying to get their money back from Danhausen for forever. That's the reason why Danhausen cursed Liv at the Queen of the Ring and all of that. So when they had that terrible segment on Raw this Monday that featured that fuckboy,
that fuckboy.
That's when there was already a match between Danhausen and Dom to determine, you know, if Danhausen pays the money back or not. But he told all this after the beatdown that, hey, how about we do a pole match? And he was like, what? Yeah, you know, pole match, you know, So that's why it's going to be the Human Monies on a pole match.
Now,
Yeah. So
why was Joe Hendry involved in all that?
Because they did a concert.
Because Joe Hendry has
Doing a
been kind of wrapped in all of this too with Danhausen, with dealing with Judgment Day.
Again, with the Danhausen Dominic Mysterio match.
And plus he needs something to do for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, it gives Dominic something to do, but it's like I don't really care to see this match, to be fair. Who I think is going to win, probably Danhausen more likely. They haven't really been doing anything with Dominic as of late, unfortunately. That's that. The number one contendership match, I think the number one contendership match is one of those matches that I look on the card where it could honestly go either way, right? Because Sami Zayn is embroiled in this whole quest to get back the WWE Championship after being robbed of getting that opportunity against Punk after taking the title from him. He feels a certain way. Now he feels like he's the last world champion, and he feels like the higher ups are out to get him and all this type of stuff, right? And you can make the case for him to win this match because the feud between him and Punk is right there, especially coming out of SummerSlam, right? But Balor,
Balor.
But Balor is also been on a run since going to SmackDown. Punk has even said that he wanted Balor on SmackDown, and he's been making moves. And honestly, he's been very impressive. He's been getting wins. He's getting the crowd behind him. It seems like it feels like we're back to 2016, 2017 version of Balor, when the crowd was behind him and everything like that, right? Who I think is going to win this match? I think I'm going to go Finn. I'm going to go Finn. And it's not me being biased. I just feel like from a character's perspective, well, a little bit, but I'm also thinking of it from a story perspective, right? Because Sami losing this match, it can actually send him more into a dissension of madness with him losing this match. And it can do more for his character. Balor, he has been mixing it up with a lot of the, top talent, at least in backstage segments. like Punk, like Cody, like Gunther, right? So I think Finn Balor winning this to set him and CM Punk up for a match, maybe that it's Sunday Night Main Event or Money in the Bank, wherever they decide to do it. But it would make more sense, and I want to get your guys' opinion. Do you guys think it would make more sense if Finn Balor were to win this, for him to win the championship now? And the reason I say that is because if he faces Punk, it will be a lot more believable for him to win because there's no asterisk of a match happening. Because if you look at Road to WrestleMania, they did Balor and Punk, but no one believed it was going to happen because they already announced that the main event was going to be Punk and Roman. So nobody believed Balor was going to win this. Even in the truth of Balor fans like myself knew he wasn't going to win. But now we don't have this WrestleMania coming up after SummerSlam. We have like a little bit of a down period where they can try to experiment here and there. You have Money in the Bank. You got Survivor Series. You can do some experimenting here. I'm not saying Balor has to have a long reign. He can have a month or two reign with the belt. I mean, especially right now, because there's no asterisks of whoever wins this match has to deal with the champion and the champion's facing somebody else. No, this is a clear-cut feud right now. And if you really want to build a compelling feud, you can do Demon Finn Balor versus CM Punk at some point, if they want to go the route. Because if they really wanted to, you could do Balor and Punk at Money in the Bank, because you know the whole stuff with, you know, Louisiana and New Orleans with the whole voodoo-ish type stuff. It kind of would fit in a way, so you could kind of do the demon character versus CM Punk, and he can win that title, and then you can have a run from at least November, December time, and he could drop it around Rumble time or Chamber time if you really want to be honest. So he can have a good 3-4 month reign with it. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in Balor here. The ladder match, look, I like Charlotte, but I don't think she's gonna win. And reason why I say Charlotte's not gonna win is the fact that this is for the interim title. If she's gonna win her 15th title, it should be a legit one-on-one match, not an interim title. Jade Cargill, we've been there, done that, because whoever's facing for the championship is gonna face Rhea when she comes back. So I don't think it's gonna be Jade. We've been there, done that. Tiffany's not winning this. It would be creative malpractice to have her walk around with both the U.S. Championship and none other than the interim title. I don't see it. Then you got to think about Julia and, you know, Lash Legend. I would love for either one of them to get the title, especially Julia. I would love to see Julia, because the match that Julia and Rhea had was actually pretty good. It was pretty solid. It was hard hitting. I would love to see them run it back, but I don't think they've done enough with Julia for me to buy into the idea of her winning this. So who do I think is going to win? From a character perspective and from a win perspective and everything that's I'm looking at, my prediction is Chelsea Green. I'm going Chelsea Green to win this, because I think from a character perspective, it makes all the sense in the world. You also can have a little bit of story, because if you remember going all the way back to Royal Rumble, there was a little bit of a stare off between Chelsea and Rhea Ripley, where Chelsea was doing the whole salute thing to Rhea, and Rhea did it back. Rhea ended up hitting her with the headbutt and eliminated her from the Royal Rumble. So you had that little tie in there, and now it's a much deserved win, because if you think about the whole Unreal thing, people were in an uproar with everything that happened, what Michael Hayes had to say about Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, in my personal opinion, could be a top woman in your company, right? But the thing is, are they going to book her as such? They could. I would hope that they will. But I think from the interim thing, I think it won't really do much for these other women, but it would do a lot more for Chelsea than it is for everyone else. It would benefit her more, because I think the character would fit this. So I'm going to go Chelsea. And then for the main event, I love Seth Rollins, but I think Roman is going to win this. I don't think there should be any shenanigans. It should be these two going out there. You can have some good callbacks in this with the Shield stuff, and then the chair spot where Roman looks like he's contemplating hitting none other than Seth with the chair, because every time Roman decides to hit Seth with the chair, it always ends up costing him in the end. And I think you can have that.
Why hesitate this time?
Well, I mean, not this time. I think this time it's going to work out in Roman's favor. I have Roman Reigns winning this match. And I think after Roman Reigns wins, the lights go out and you hear Obafemi's music hit. Obafemi struts down the ring, and the show ends with both Roman and Oba staring off, setting up a future match between us two, potentially at Money in the Bank or a Sunday night main event.
Shit. SummerSlam. Sunday night. For this one, Reigns and Rollins is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Like, I'm gonna watch it, of course, but Reigns and Rollins is the one I'm looking forward the most.
Yeah. I gotta say, comparatively between Saturday and Sunday for me is the better card.
Same.
You know, just from a purist standpoint, I mean, you got Pence and Gable. I mean, that's a barn burner. You know, shout out to Jim Ross. Then you got obviously this, what everybody's gonna say is probably the sleeper match, because a lot of people aren't looking at it from the perspective of how they've been booked, and that's Finn and Sammy. That match is going to be fucking ridiculous. I mean, everything else, I mean, Danhausen, I'm not too worried about that. That's more for the entertainment aspect. Trick and Corbin has a chance, especially with Corbin now, with how he's gotten seasoned. We might end up getting a good match. Reigns and Rollins, I mean, that goes without saying. But this women's ladder match,
it's gonna be some good shit.
I know who's winning this. But I mean, look, SummerSlam right now is, for me, probably the easiest booked and easiest predicted as far as like who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. But that ladder match is the easiest for who's gonna win that. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward more so to this than I am Saturday, but primarily for Gable and Penta and Sammy and Finn, 1000%.
Okay.
Well, in closing, like I said, I'm defending against Dizzle. Leo's defending against Jaeger. Also, per Redemption, I get a title shot against whoever wins between Jaeger and Leo. Now, Dizzle, it is your job to prevent something that you do not want to happen for a third time.
Oh, we already know this.
So just letting you know. Just letting you know. Because history is always on my side.
You know, hey.
And look, the de facto motto. Because if I go into All In and walk out with that championship, that'll be 15-time champion. 15.
Well, that's
like John Cena in 2014.
Y'all all look. You already know my step right now. I already said it. My stuff. I ain't dealing with Big Goldie until after Money in the Bank. So that's that. So I mean that's your saving grace, because I could be champion already. You know what I'm saying? But
Look, Jaeger. Look, Jaeger. You did an amazing thing as champion. But just like Roman Reigns is trying to beat his little brother, I'm unfortunately gonna have to do the same to you this weekend for SummerSlam, because I'm coming in to win. I'm going to call the play, and just like the Great Bambino, I'm going to show up and I'm not going to miss. And I'm actually
talking about little brothers and stuff, sir. You're forgetting that you're the young boy of this crew.
Just because I'm the young boy don't mean I ain't.
You're the little brother here.
Well, guess what?
And you had fun with that belt for a little bit. It's mine.
Ain't going
it's
nowhere.
Coming back to me, sir.
Well, okay. Look, Jaeger. Look. If it was yours, then why do I have it? Make it make sense. If that championship is
He
truly
did that
yours,
thing that every little brother does and like think you're slick by like holding on to something for a little bit. And then
last
I'm
time
like,
checked,
oh,
last
yeah,
time
I have that. Oh,
last time
yeah,
checked-
that's
last time
mine.
I checked, I beat you, sir. And just like
Okay.
Roman Reigns is going to do to Seth Rollins, he's going to smash Seth Rollins. He's going to wreck him and leave. And at SummerSlam, I'm coming to.
No, I might
your
agree
point.
with you that Roman Reigns is going to get a win over Seth
going to
Rollins,
wreck-
but
I'm going to.
you're
come
placing
to
yourself in
SummerSlam.
the wrong analogy, in the wrong
I
part of
don't
this
care.
analogy, sir.
Let me talk. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. You're the challenger. You're not a bishop. You're not
You
a
did
knight.
a whole bunch of talking when you were the challenger too, but
Well, guess
it's
what?
all right.
But guess what? A champion,
All
a
right.
true champion backs it up. And guess what? I backed up everything I said and I became champion. And what
Okay.
happened? And what happened when I told you I was going to beat you for that championship? What happened? I did that.
Hey.
And that's what's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm going to do at SummerSlam. I'm calling it
It's
now.
not happening.
You're going to
twice.
lose. You're going to lose. And you're going to have no
We'll
excuses.
see, man.
Lip Dizzle, you clip this. He will have no excuses on why he couldn't get the job done at SummerSlam. Because you believe it or not, I'm not just fighting for me. Oh, no. I'm fighting for
What are you
Melo
writing for?
and I'm fighting
you're
for
not.
Devon. Two guys that should have been on SummerSlam. So I'm carrying the
Shit,
whole
I
weight of the
hope
young OGs.
they gotta win now, because if you lose, when you lose,
That's a good. That's
you
a really good-
you gotta make sure you win now, because if you lose, and when you lose, what are you gonna have to tell Javon and Melo, man?
Well, I'm not even just fighting for them. I'm fighting
How you-
for. I'm gonna fight.
Who else are you fighting for?
I'm also fighting for on behalf of the Judgment Day. I'm fighting to bring more gold back to the clubhouse
So
to live in.
so I guess I'm Danhausen, because Dominic there is definitely losing.
Well, it looks like regardless, what did they always say? A win for one is a win for all.
Look, I'll
So
take
I'm
my
gonna-
human monies in the form of belts, sir.
Good luck. That monopoly money that you have, you think you're gonna cash in for this opportunity is beyond me, bro. You
It's
winning,
happening, man.
you winning this championship is funny.
Is an inevitability.
You have a better chance facing
Just like when I won it at
or-
Mania,
Who-
it was an inevitability.
Well, guess what? Your time is done as champion. There's a new era upon you now. The young
We'll
OG
see.
is in charge, and
Doing
I'm
a
going
whole
to
bunch
reign,
of talking
and I'm
for
going
somebody
to live.
that's probably losing.
Well, guess what? I don't believe in ifs. I believe in facts. And the fact of the matter is,
Didn't say
I'm coming to
ifs.
beat you at SummerSlam. I'm going to
Didn't
pack
say
you
probably.
up, send you back packing, and I'm walking out with the
Okay.
championship.
I
And
cannot
then
wait.
coming next week, I will still be your reigning, defending, undisputed tag.
That's what
prediction.
I'm doing. I'm not even going to talk any shit when I win. I'm just going to sit there with the belt on my shoulder and smile. Just be like, what's up, Leo?
I'm still walking out the championship.
It's
I'm
all
just-
right, man.
I'm gonna live in my amount of omnipotence, and I'm just gonna look down on you and just say, "Hey, you had your
Like,
shot."
like you're doing now, right? Because you're down there.
Oh, damn.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're right down there. You look at the order of the videos, brother. You're right here. You're right
I
down
don't
below
control
me.
that. Leave that to school. You gotta tell
No,
me.
that was divine will, sir.
No,
That was the spoiler for the weekend.
no, that's not, because it was just like that last
It-
time,
it-
and I beat you.
Mm.
I beat you. It doesn't matter. Leo's always on top. Come on. now.
Well, gentlemen,
You ain't up there.
shall see. We shall see. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this preview and review edition of Tag Me In. So of course I'm gonna pass the rock to Mr. Lip Diesel here. So let him do that thing that he do oh so well.
Oh man, it's fun to listen to.
Good.
You already know what it is, people. You know, whether you loved it, hate it. Don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave all your comments, questions, concerns down below. Leave all your good lucks and congratulations to said champions and potentially future champions. You already know what it is. Go ahead and tag that like button, tag the subscribe button, tag the notification bell. Make sure you get updated on any and everything that we drop on a weekly, daily, monthly basis. Make sure you check out Juggs' channel, check out Leo's channel. You know, the retro reviews, their live reactions, all the live streams and all that good shit they got going on. But you all come on and just go ahead and roll up with dogs and the wolves and all the things that howl with a too sweet with a good old bada 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 bam.
Damn.
Thank you, Loki. And of course, until you see these handsome faces and hear these immaculate voices, we bid you all adieu. And until next time, you beautiful, 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 beautiful mother effers. Tag the fucketh. Click, click. Out.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make them same mistakes again. So I'm switching lane to lane. Pray to